Now that our young people have returned back to in-person instruction, there continues to be the need to be able to provide them with holistic supports and best set them up for success in addressing their needs from a physical, social, emotional, and cognitive well-being perspective. But even prior to the pandemic, the Harlem Children's Zone continued to underscore the need for comprehensive place-based services from cradle to career.
You know, as we think about the moment we're in and in this emergence from the pandemic, three lessons are ringing particularly resonant for us, right? The first is the importance of mental health and student well-being to academic success. The second lesson that rings true is that place matters, right? We know that when we are able to connect more deeply with where our students are and who they are, right, we are able to better support a strong psychosocial and physical environment that will support their success in school. And third, relationships matter. We knew this pre-pandemic. I think the pandemic further underscored just how important those connections between our students and our families and our school staff, our teachers, our principals, our other adults in our school. We need to create a system that is more seamlessly aligned around our child and around their whole needs.
Some school systems have been paralyzed by, in quotes, the fiscal cliff. They're so worried about the cliff, they can't quite figure out how to use these dollars. I'm like, let's use these dollars for what they were intended, to support children, to make sure that they get quality education. We deal with the summer learning loss and the COVID learning loss, that we deal with the trauma our kids have dealt with. I just want folks to just quit worrying about that cliff, so it's paralyzing them from acting right now. Our kids need action right now. Part of our job is to begin to go to our philanthropic, our business community, our foundation community, and say, this work must continue. It is not going to end when this funding ends. And we can't suddenly go back and say, oh, these kids are now fine. Any of us who know anything about trauma, it's not like it goes away in a year. This post-traumatic stress that kids and families are dealing with is going to stay with folks for 10 or 15 years. So if we care about communities, we do, and about children, we have a responsibility to say to folks, this cannot end. There are organizations that actually have as their mission the sort of collective action it takes to move these outcomes forward. Strive Together, if folks don't know about the Strive Together network, they are out there. They're creating backbone organizations. Who's got answers over here with the problems over there? How do we match these things together? You have purpose-built communities doing the same thing. So part of this is we shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel. So if you don't have a Strive Together network or a purpose-built network and you're concerned about this, you should Google them. You should look up this information. There's a movement around collective action where we are saying we need to get all of the stakeholders in one place so that we're on one accord and we're focused on a set of outcomes for young people. So this can't be just left to the Department of Education and to school. There's a much larger universe of folks who need to be involved in this, and there are examples. The thing I want people to take away is there are examples. It is happening right now. You've got people right in this webinar who are doing it, who are part of these networks, and I think that this is the wave of the future. How do we make sure that we collaborate effectively, keeping our eye on the mission, using the data, being accountable? All of those things are real, and we need to do that, but we don't have to sort of invent it ourselves. There are folks out there right now who are doing it.